welcome to the Statesman podcast again. My name is Swat. Thank you so much for always making our time to watch our videos and to comment and to also like. I would like to still urge you to do the same as you watch this video. If you have not subscribed, please, just click on the subscribe button, like and share as much as you can. And also don't forget to leave our comments because we like it being interactive. Well, today we will be looking at more developments within the political scene in Nigeria. I mean, it's a known fact that the campaigns are on, and key players have been saying a whole lot of things that are worthy of looking into and analyzing them. I'll be talking with Mr. Jacob Adache this morning, and he is an entrepreneur and a political analyst based here in Abuja. Thank you so much for joining me, Mr. Jacob.
Thank you very much.
All right.
For having me.
Yeah. So, like we know, the campaigns are on, and the political players or the key players have been making utterances. Now, key among them is, let's start with the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Recently, he was somewhere and addressing the Arewa forum in a town hall meeting, and he made mention of the fact that the North needs a northerner and not any other tribe, not Igbo, not Yoruba, because of the peculiarities of the problem or challenges the North is facing. Now, that has generated a lot of outcry, backlash, and some other people are in support of what he said because they say, well, look at exactly the context of what he's saying, not necessarily looking at it from the perspective that he's a bigoted person. Now, I'm sure you've also followed up on that story. What's your take on that?
Thank you very much, Swat, for having me this morning. Thank you, to listeners at home and at work and all over the world. An utterance like that coming from someone who is regarded as an elder statesman, someone who has built a stature over time in this country, it's something that it's surprising to everybody. And I think that has betrayed him. It has betrayed the trust people have in him before now. Someone, a self-acclaimed nationalist or unifier, who suddenly, change overnight just because he's now in a party. I think it calls for concern. It's a deep concern. I feel very disappointed as a person because I've always seen him as a nationalist, as a unifier, as someone who is a tribalized Nigerian. That's my take on it.
So, but, I mean, many would also opine that Atiku Abubakar spoke as a politician because it's very peculiar to politicians who go among their people to make utterances like that. So it's not something new to, hear a politician speak from that perspective because he's surrounded by people who are like him, wanting to impress them and all of that. We see them playing all these cards all the time. So is this something new?
Leaders, it is instructive to know that leaders should be very, very, very careful with what they say. Because once you spit it out, you can't expunge it from the mind of people completely. It doesn't matter whether you are under pressure from whatever quarter. If you are a leader, you must be guided accordingly. We are in a state, in Nigeria is choking as we're talking right now, and whatever you say has a far-reaching impact, has a multiplier effect on the electorate and Nigeria as a whole. So I think for me, there is no excuse to that. He needs to apologize to Nigerians.
He needs to apologize. But
Yes.
if there is an apology, do you think that would change anything whatsoever? Because you would say this is a man who has taken his years to build his reputation. Now, let me even quote part of what he said. He said, I've traversed around the whole of this country. That's in addressing the Arewa forum. He said, I know the whole of this country. I've built bridges across this country. I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. So let's look at the truth of this statement.
Swat, what bridges is talking about?
Yes, I mean,
You see, politicians are given to rhetorics, unfounded rhetorics that are not necessary. He's talking about a northern leader who the man that is seated is seated today as our president. The man, President Muhammad Buhari, is not a northerner.
Sure,
So
yes.
what is he going to do differently? Look, we're talking about in Nigeria where people can have a common sense of belonging, social justice, where people can, you know, can believe and have faith, where people can strive in business, people can thrive in aspirations and other things that, will bring about the good of the people. So this statement, whether he meant it or not, from whatever quarter, no matter how you see it, in my own opinion, I think it's just this same mentality, this blood is thicker than water mentality that I think some people who think they are superior in this country have had over the years. So for if you speak as a politician, I believe that it was born out of premeditation. There is nothing, you're not joking. You said it because you meant it.
So should he withdraw? Should he apologize? What can be done right now, you think, to remedy this whole situation for the Atiku Abubakar camp? I mean, because it's not enough that the PDP is having some little squabbles in house, and then this now is really maybe bringing a whole lot of dents to the whole PDP campaign aspirations and all of that.
Well, it's advisable for him to withdraw the statement. However, it is better not to say than to say sorry. I don't think at all is going to expunge that, the mindset he has already is given to people. I don't think it's easy for him to retrieve it again. However, it's better late than never.
Okay, better late than never. We hope that the PDP and its candidate will definitely do something in good time, because I mean, I know Nigerians are forgiving people and all of that.
And I also like to add,
Yes,
you see, this politics of ethnicity,
yes,
tribalism, regionalism, and all that that have buffeted us over the years
yeah,
is something that we should look away from now, irrespective of your creed, your religion, your ethnicity, or whatever. Poverty, lack and want does not know the address of a northerner, a southerner, or an easterner.
definitely.
Look away and then vote with your conscience. That's what we are. That's the message. Vote with your conscience. We need a nationalist, a rallying point at this time. We need somebody that can bring food and something that is sustainable on its people's table on daily basis.
Yeah.
It's not a one give and take something. No, we want a leader that has the capacity, someone that has good track records that can what bring about the good of the land as endowed by God to Nigeria.
Now,
Thank you.
Atiku has always prided himself as a unifier, but do you still see him from that perspective? I mean, taking away this statement, because he's one person who, like, if you look at his historical or political history, he's one person who has connections or political what do you call it now? Let me just leave the word connection all around the country. You traverse, go to the north, you go to the south, and all of that. Do you still see him as that unifier, or this statement has taken away all of that, in a split second?
I think he has questioned that saying that he's a unifier. I think he has questioned it with this. This is just confirmed to some persons now that, you see, character is like the smoke. Doesn't matter how long you hide it, it will surely come to play. But however, it is not late. He can amend, he can retrieve the statement, and then see how it goes.
All right, you're still watching the Statesman podcast. I'm seated with Mr. Jacob Adachi this day, and we're looking at some developments within this campaign period in Nigeria, the utterances of some of the key players, and trying to analyze just what exactly they might mean and the implications thereof. We've looked at the PDP candidate and the recent controversy his statement has generated. Let's just take this quick break and analyze other issues by way of rounding up right here on the Statesman podcast. Right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying here. Still on the issues of the utterances of the major presidential candidates or the key players in the politics ongoing right now in Nigeria. Now, Mr. Jacob, thank you so much for staying. I would want to also, want for us to quickly look at the recent utterance also of the APC candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of course. But, he made a blunder while speaking at the 7th Kaduna Economic and Investment Summit. Speaking at the event, he said that the governor of Kaduna State, that's Nasir El-Rufai, has been able to turn a rotten situation to a bad one. Now, this is part of what he said. Let me quickly quote him, and then I'll have your take. He said, "I'm openly begging Governor Erufai not to run away from additional degrees like PhD or others. They're educated derelicts. That's what he said. We're not going to let you run away. Your vision, creativity, and resilience in turning a rotten situation to a bad one are necessary at this critical time. And that is why we are here. So that's a statement. And many are wondering, how can you say that about a fellow APC person, rotten situation to a bad one? What's the difference between rotting and being bad? And some have even questioned that, is he actually, some people have questioned the sanity of the APC candidate. But let's have your take, though.
Um, I must state when I'm vocally clear here that I'm not here holding brief for any political party.
Oh, yes.
I'm just a political analyst. However, like you did mention, it was a slip of tongue. You see, I'm not one of those people that see politicians as superhumans.
Okay.
I believe we are all susceptible to mistakes. Some will call it freedom sleep and all that. However, a leader should be able to edit what he says, because once you spit it out, people have the right to read meanings to it. And that is why some are saying from some quotas that is it as just of his health problem or because
Yes.
it's mentally unstable and all that. People have the right to interpret it, and it's because you gave room for it in the first place. So that's my take.
How did he give room for it in the first place?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a personal thing. It's a personal thing. I don't want to dive into that much.
Okay.
But I think, like I said, we are all susceptible to making mistakes.
This is something that you think Nigerians and people who support the APC can still go on despite all, this statement, this little mistake, because nobody is superhuman, so to speak, and we all are susceptible to mistake. Now, let's also have your general, take on the campaign periods. Yeah, the political players have been saying a whole lot of things worthy of analyzing, but the general atmosphere, would you say you are impressed so far with everything that has been going down in terms of what the political parties are presenting to Nigerians? I don't know if you've taken out the time to study any manifesto, agenda, and all of that, or blueprint. That's if we have any who have such in Nigeria within this period.
You see, there is nothing any politician wants to see in Nigeria that has not been said over and over in the past. You see, to me, politicians are the same, just that some are better. And I think the campaign it has been characterized by their mantras. Some are saying that they want to reform education, want to cut down production to improve consumption, to cut down consumption to improve on production. And some say they want to revamp, the lost industries and all that. These are political statements to me. These are political statements. But like I said, I know. Among the three candidates, there is somebody that I think he has national conscience. I think there's somebody that has national conscience. And it's less for us, for Nigerians, to know that person.
All right.
Let's read in between the lines. They will come with their promises, rhetorics as usual and all that, political statements. Let's read in between the lines. We want, this time around, we are looking at intellectual resolution. We're not attacking people. We are looking at their trajectories, their footprints. And I tell you, there's going to be a change this time. There's going to be a change. And it's change for good.
Many people are optimistic of a better Nigeria come 2023. With the Electoral Act, the new improvements that have been made, to with regards to the beavers, the incident form, and the electronic transmission of results. Are you also optimistic when it comes to the final voting process and ensuring that there is a free and fair result at the end of the day?
Well, like I always tell people, the salvation of Nigeria from this squalor is in the hands of INEC. You cannot shift the goalposts of the constitution and expect people not to react. You cannot shift it. People are watching INEC. We trust them so much, and we believe they are going to keep their word. The real-time transmission, we believe, is going to be a reality. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's believe and hope in INEC and vote wisely.
All right. Let's believe and hope in INEC and also vote wisely. I mean, I don't know what else to add to that. We can only keep saying, let's vote wisely. Let's vote with our conscience. Don't let anyone sway you into taking the wrong decisions because of a pot of porridge, and then at the end of the day you suffer the consequences. I've been talking with Mr. Jacob Adache, who's been my guest. He's an entrepreneur and a political analyst, and I'm sure you've listened to his very deep insight into some of the issues with regards to the utterances of the politicians at this time. Thank you, Mr. Jacob. I mean, before I
Thank you,
let you go,
sir.
what would be your final words though?
My final word to Nigerians is simple: vote with your conscience. Conduct a research on these personalities that are campaigning.
All right. Well, conduct your research, and I think that that will suffice. Thank you so much for watching the Statesman podcast. Like I said, keep your comments, in the comment section, and we'll get interactive with that. Thank you for watching. I'll come back again with another interesting issue as it has to do with the Nigerian political scene, governance, and a whole wide of range of other issues that we bring to you right here. My name is Swat, and I'll see you next time.